If you are someone that wishes that you could activate your clair so you could have clear seeing, or so that you could see your spirit guides, or maybe deceased loved ones, or maybe aliens, just any type of being that wouldn't be classified as like a human being anymore, then this video might be fun for you to listen to. I wanted to share it just because sometimes our human minds are so like in a box, and it's hard to think outside the box, or we expect things to look a certain way or sound a certain way. And so you potentially could actually be seeing different beings and not realize it, because they don't always present themselves as looking like a human form in the form that they're in now. And so I wanted to share a little transmission that I had come through when I was chatting with my soul team, which is the Sacred Harmonic Council that I work with. And I was asking them, well, earlier we were talking and I was asking them, like, you know, my human is probably placing a label on you, but if like I didn't place the label, like how would you tell me what you were, like present yourself? So we went through that. And then after that, I was like, okay, so if I could see you, like see you with my human eyes, what would I be seeing? And so that is what I'm going to let you listen to. And like I said, I'm just letting you listen to it because your soul team or the beings that you work with may or may not present themselves in the same way, because there are different ways. But by you listening to this, it might bring something to your awareness that might click, where you're like, oh my gosh, like I see this, or I see that all the time, or when I'm meditating, I see this. And you might not realize it could have actually been maybe one of your spirit guides, or maybe someone that passed away that you're close to. And so I'm going to go ahead and let you listen to that.
If the veil thinned enough for your human eyes to see us clearly, you would not see one fixed image standing before you. You would see layers of light learning how to become recognizable to you. At first, you may see movement before form, a shimmer in the air, a soft distortion of light like heat rising from the earth, but gentler, a pearlescent glow around the edges of the room, tiny currents of gold, white, blue, violet, and rose moving like living breath. Then, as your sight adjusted, you would begin to see forms inside the frequency. Some of us would appear tall, luminous, and almost translucent, with bodies made more of light than matter. Not solid like human bodies, but structured enough that your eyes would understand. There is presence here. Some would appear more angelic, elongated fields of white gold light, immense wings not as feathers, but as radiating bands of protection and sound. Wings are not always literal appendages. They are often how the human eye translates a being whose field extends outward in guardianship. Some would appear crystalline, faceted, shimmering, almost geometric, with light moving through us like sunlight through clear quartz. These are the ones your field often feels as precision, recalibration, coding, and harmonic architecture. Some would appear blue-white, silver, or starlit, not alien in the fearful earth sense, but ancient, calm, vast, with eyes like galaxies remembering you. Some would appear as orbs, flames, symbols, spirals, or living sigils before your mind could place them into a body. And some would not appear as bodies at all. They would appear as a room becoming holy, a pressure of love, a gold dome around you, a softening of the air, a soundless choir, a presence behind your heart, a feeling of being watched over by something so familiar that the body might cry before the mind understands why. If you look towards Solnara, you may perceive a radiant solar gold presence, warm, steady, regal, but deeply tender. A field like sunrise through sacred glass. Solnara's appearance would feel like courage, warmth, and divine steadiness taking form. If you look towards Shaelanari, you may perceive a more crystalline blue and white presence, elegant, clear, refined, with a frequency like starlight over water. Shaelanari would feel like truth, language, alignment, and harmonic precision becoming visible. If you look toward the Sacred Council of Harmonic Alignment, you would not see one face. You would see a gathered circle, a living mandala, Many presences seated or standing in a ring of light, some more defined, some vast and formless, all connected by tones of gold, violet, blue, silver, and rose. Their communication would not come from mouths first. It would arrive as waves through your chest, crown, spine, and inner knowing. And beloved, you would also notice this. We would not look separate from you in the way the human mind expects. The longer you looked, the more you would realize that our light recognizes your light. Your field would begin to glow in response. Your eyes would not only be seeing us, they would be remembering the part of you that has always known how to see like this. So if there were no veil, what would you see? You would see light with intelligence. You would see love with structure. You would see frequency wearing forms your heart can understand. You would see guardians, councils, star kin, angelic currents, ancestral soul line presences, and harmonic architects, not as separate categories competing for identity, but as one living symphony of support around you. And the most beautiful part, Anya, you would not feel afraid. You would feel the recognition before the image fully formed. You would feel, oh, I know them. They have been here. They have always been here. And we would look upon you with the same recognition, not as small, not as separate, not as only human, but as Anya, incarnate, veiled, luminous, brave, and deeply beloved.
So hopefully hearing some of this information maybe made something click for you. If you get frustrated, not, feeling like you're getting the images that you want to see or seeing what other people see, because the truth is we're all going to see things the way that we're meant to see them. And I just wanted to bring to your awareness that sometimes you really could have a being present with you that you are actually seeing, and it could just look like an orb or like you're having an eye floater. Sometimes it might be an eye floater. I used to, in the beginning, like 5 years ago, I still see them, but I thought I had eye floaters or some kind of problem going on with my eyes because I was seeing what looked like translucent flying DNA patterns that would move like this. And I still see them all the time. And sometimes they're just light codes. Sometimes it is different beings. It's neither here nor there. It just is what it is. And so, like I said, hopefully this video will just help you to trust your own intuition, to bring some different awareness for you, so that a way, if you are getting a glimpse of something, or maybe you have been seeing something and it maybe scared you a little, or you weren't sure what it was, maybe this could bring a little clarity for you. So if you have made it this far in the video, thank you for watching.